The hottest commodity in the Bachelor mansion is, of course, a rose. Receive one, and you're still in the running to win the leading man's heart. End the night without one and you'll have Osher Günsberg's consoling voice in your ear, saying you didn't receive a rose, before you have to leave the mansion for good. And while Osher does his best to soften the blow, it takes a lot more than a soothing voice to ease the sting of heartbreak. Considering a rose in the Bachelor world is more valuable than gold, the show's cocktail parties usually portray the contestants scrambling to get some alone time with the leading man. Even if it means they must, gasp, interrupt one of his conversations to do so. After plenty of hustling and pleading as to why they're definitely the most dateable one in the house, the contestants attend a rose ceremony to see if their pitch has panned out or if they're ending the night roseless. But while most who don't receive a rose are left heartbroken, there have been many botchy contestants who have rejected it, leaving the mansion of their own accord, often in hilarious fashion. Whether due to confrontation, career ambitions, or a lack of compatibility, here are the best Bachelor walkouts from over the years. Emma Rozaka, the original botchy walkout. Appearing on Tim Robards' season of The Bachelor, Emma Rose lasted 2 episodes before she decided the reality TV stint was not for her. I feel like there's a lot of girls here who are really into this and really here for the right reasons, and I just feel like I'm not fully here, Emma said at the time. And so, Emma Rose did not receive a rose. Sorry, we had to do it. Holly Pierce. Despite being granted the coveted white rose, Holly Pierce left Blake Garvey's season to pursue her sports career. I can't walk away from netball, it's not only in my head, but in my heart as well, Holly said. Considering the explosive love triangle between Blake, Sam Frost and Louise Pejic that ensued, the netballer may just be glad she left when she did. Emily Sims choosing the very last moment to leave. Emily Sims from Sandwood's season decided to tap out of the rose ceremony when she was left beside her rival, Nina Ralston. Is Sam prepared to give out his final rose? Emily raced down the stairs and out of the mansion without saying a word. The personal trainer then offered his final rose to Nina, assuring her it was always meant for her anyway. Vintia Carlos was mid-rose ceremony when she decided she wasn't destined to fall in love with Richie Strahan. I just want to say thanks so much for the opportunity, but I realize that this just isn't for me, Vintia told Richie before leaving the mansion. After the show went to air, the reality star revealed that the real reason she left dating Juggernaut was that she didn't feel compatible with Richie. I knew he wouldn't have the personality to be able to handle mine and knew pretty much straight away that he wasn't the guy for me, hence why I left, Vintia dished to the Western Star. Meghan Markle. Don't take it personally, Richie, but Vintia wasn't the only woman to choose to walk out during the season. Despite being an early frontrunner, Meghan Markle decided to leave the competition during a rose ceremony. I just can't fall in love in such competition and intensity, Meghan said. After leaving the show, Meghan went on to date fellow Bachelor contestant Tiffany Scanlon, as well as Bachelorette alum Jake Ellis, but both relationships weren't to be. Jennifer Hawke made an explosive departure from Maddie J's season of The Bachelor after getting into an altercation with her fellow contestants. After Jen told Maddie that Lisa Carlton had said he was only on the show to up his social status, she found herself in the firing line as the other contestants accused her of falsifying the claims. The drama prompted Jen to storm out of the mansion and out of the running to win Maddie J's heart. In the end, it was Laura Byrne who took up that mantle. Brooke Blurden. While many Bachelor walkouts have been early days, Brooke Blurden made it to the semi-final episode of Nick the Honey Badger come-in season before making the decision to leave. In the end, Nick chose neither Brittany Hockley or Sophie Timon to start a life with, and some botchy fans speculated that should Brooke have stayed, he would have picked her. However, when Brooke appeared on Bachelor in Paradise, the youth worker revealed that what we saw on screen during Nick's season didn't paint the full picture. Speaking of the final date, Brooke confessed that The Bachelor had secretly filled her in on his plans. He stopped the cameras and smothered his mic to tell me he wasn't going to pick anyone in the end, Brooke dished to her fellow BIP contestants. Roxy Kenny. Like Jen's exit, Roxy Kenny left the Bachelor mansion after getting into a confrontation with a fellow reality star. It was an ongoing feud with contestant Juliet Herrera that prompted Roxy to give up trying to win Lockie Gilbert's heart. Upon packing her bags and exiting the show, Roxy's final words were, "Fuck you, Juliet." Not quite Shakespeare. Tatum Hargraves, after telling Jimmy Nicholson's sister and cousin that she thought frontrunner Holly Kingston was a different person in the mansion than she was in front of the bocce himself, Tatum decided the dating show wasn't for her and left mid-cocktail party. "When I realized my feelings weren't progressing, I came to the conclusion that mutually there is no chemistry between us," Tatum wrote of Jimmy on Instagram. "I respectfully don't want to waste my time, nor Jimmy's, or take any time away from the women inside the mansion. As a result, I've decided to leave the mansion." Yuri Nagata, in the highly anticipated season 10 of the franchise, dubbed The Bachelors, 21-year-old Yuki left the mansion in style after failing to feel a connection with her bocce beau Felix von Hofe. Right before an early season rose ceremony, Yuri stepped forward and served Felix a slice of humble pie. "Actually, Felix, Terry's something I'd like to say to you," Yuri began. "And, look, Felix, you're a great guy, but there are certain qualities that I desire in a man which you don't possess, so don't spend a rose on me." "You go, girl." Tash Candace, Marjorie Griffiths and CJA's season 10 of The Bachelors reached the midway point. These three contestants packed up and shipped out due to drama in the mansion. And by drama, we mean the self-inflicted kind. Marge, CJ and I decided to leave. We'd just had enough. I mean, it had enough. It just got too much in that house. It was very mean, like a lot of things that were coming out of girls' mouths saying that I should go drown and that I'm a spawn of Satan. I think I achieved what I needed to," Tash told our sister publication New Idea. Tash's departure from the mansion was so sudden that she didn't even say goodbye to Jed, which was extremely surprising as the two seemed close. In the following The Bachelors episode, Jed even said, "What a kick in the guts. I would not expect that at all. Especially Tash, I mean, we had a single date and yeah, I really liked her." Ella was another contestant who left the mansion early on in The Bachelors, referring to her experience as not great. By this, she is of course referring to watching her bocce Felix Passion with a number of girls in plain sight. "The other boys were quite respectful with the girls," she said. "I obviously get a situation where you're seeing a lot of girls at once and getting to know them. But I think just seeing someone kiss someone else in front of you, it's just a respect thing. I don't know I would ever do that, you know, even if you are dating multiple people, if you are in the room somehow with all of them, you would never do that." Kudos to her.